step into a tribute like no other, where we honor the wrestling legends whose impact still echoes through the sport. Their passion and dedication shape generations, leaving behind unforgettable legacies. We also bring you heartfelt updates on Roman Reigns, whose recent news has deeply touched fans worldwide. Join us as we celebrate their stories, cherish their influence, and ensure their memories live on. Subscribe now to be part of this lasting tribute to wrestling's greatest icons. Emile Duprée, born on October 20th, 1936, in Shediac, New Brunswick, Canada, was a celebrated professional wrestler and promoter who left a lasting mark on the wrestling world. Raised in a large family with one brother and three sisters, Dupree's entry into the world of wrestling began in 1955. He was mentored by Maritime wrestling legends Vic Butler and Reggie Richard, who saw his potential and guided him in honing his skills. Dupree's wrestling career began in Boston, Massachusetts, where he quickly gained recognition for his talent. His journey took him across North America and internationally, including tours in Australia and New Zealand. He became a prominent figure in prestigious promotions like Stampede Wrestling, where he squared off against notable figures such as Killer Kowalski, Dusty Rhodes, and the Cuban Assassin. Known for his dedication to the craft, Duprée was instrumental in shaping the wrestling scene in Canada. His wrestling legacy also lives on through his son, Rene Duprée, a former WWE wrestler who continued the family's presence in the industry. While Dupree's last name was often spelled Duprée, he remained a respected and admired figure in professional wrestling. Emile Duprée, due to complications from pneumonia, his marked the end of an era in Canadian wrestling. Dupree's contributions as both a wrestler and promoter helped elevate the sport in Canada, leaving a lasting impact on future generations of wrestlers. His influence is still felt in the industry today, cementing his place as a key figure in the development of professional wrestling in the country. Billy Two Rivers, born on May 5th, 1935, was a trailblazing professional wrestler and influential Indigenous activist from the Mohawk Nation. He began his wrestling career in the late 1950s, quickly establishing a reputation for his athleticism, unique style, and strong connection to his heritage. Incorporating elements of his culture into his persona, Two Rivers became a standout figure in the wrestling world. His dynamic presence and in-ring abilities earned him popularity in major promotions such as the National Wrestling Alliance, NWE, and the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, during the 1960s and 1970s. Throughout his career, Two Rivers shared the ring with some of the most legendary names in wrestling, earning admiration from both fans and fellow wrestlers. His influence extended beyond the squared circle as he became a vocal advocate for Indigenous rights and culture, using his platform to raise awareness about the struggles faced by Indigenous communities. He dedicated much of his life to fighting for the recognition and respect of his people. After retiring from wrestling, Two Rivers focused on his advocacy work, striving to preserve and promote Indigenous heritage. His efforts to uplift his community left a lasting impact on both the wrestling industry and the broader fight for social justice. Billy Two Rivers, following complications related to a long battle with cancer, his legacy endures through his contributions to professional wrestling and his dedication to improving the lives of Indigenous peoples. He is remembered not only for his wrestling prowess, but also for his tireless efforts to promote equality and respect for his community. Bruiser Brody, born Frank Donald Goodish, was a towering figure in professional wrestling, known for his wild, brawling style and rebellious persona. Standing over 6 feet tall and boasting a muscular frame, Brody quickly became one of the most feared and respected figures in the industry. His matches often spilled outside the ring and into the crowd, embodying his wild, untamed warrior persona that resonated with fans across the globe. Brody achieved success in various wrestling promotions, including World-Class Championship Wrestling, WCCW, the American Wrestling Association, AWA, and New Japan Pro Wrestling, NJPW. His iconic rivalries with wrestling legends like Abdullah the Butcher, Stan Hansen, and the Von Erich family remain some of the most memorable in wrestling history. Known for his refusal to conform to the traditional wrestling norms, Brody earned a reputation as a maverick who played by his own rules. Not just a fierce competitor, Brody was also a strong-willed individual who often challenged promoters if he felt he wasn't being treated fairly, which earned him both respect and controversy within the industry. He was admired for his toughness and his dedication to protecting his interests, both in and out of the ring. Tragically, Bruiser Brody's life was cut short at the age of 42. On July 17, 1988, Brody was fatally stabbed in the shower of a locker room in Puerto Rico by fellow wrestler Invader I, an incident that remains shrouded in mystery. Despite his untimely, Brody's influence on hardcore wrestling is undeniable, and his legacy lives on in the wrestlers who continue to emulate his no-holds-barred, unpredictable style. He was posthumously inducted into several wrestling halls of fame, cementing his status as a true legend of the sport. Kay Noble, born on October 15, 1940, in New York City, was a pioneering figure in women's professional wrestling during the 1950s and 1960s. Known for her athleticism, charisma, and technical wrestling skills, she became one of the sport's early female stars, helping to lay the foundation for future generations of women in wrestling. Noble's dynamic in-ring style combined technical proficiency with captivating flair, making her a favorite among fans. Throughout her career, Noble competed in several major wrestling promotions, including the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA, and regional circuits. Her fierce competitiveness and ability to engage with audiences earned her the respect of both fans and fellow wrestlers. She frequently participated in high-profile matches, helping to elevate the role of women in a sport that was predominantly male at the time. Noble's work contributed to the growing recognition of female wrestlers, challenging societal norms and showing that women could excel in professional wrestling. Tragically, Kay Noble, due to complications from breast cancer. Her untimely was a great loss to the wrestling community, but her impact remains significant. Noble's legacy as a trailblazer for women in the sport continues to inspire future generations of female athletes. She is remembered not only for her contributions inside the ring, but for her role in challenging barriers and advocating for the recognition and respect of women in wrestling. Noble's story remains a testament to resilience, determination, and the power of breaking new ground in a male-dominated industry. Big John Studd, born John Minton on February 19, 1948, in Butler, Pennsylvania, was one of professional wrestling's most iconic and imposing figures. Standing at 6 feet 10 inches and weighing over 400 pounds, Studd's sheer size and strength made him an unforgettable presence in the ring. Known for his villainous big man persona, he became a major star in the 1970s and 1980s, competing for top promotions like the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, WWF, which would eventually become WWE. Studd's wrestling legacy is marked by fierce rivalries with legendary figures such as Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant. His most memorable feud came in the 1980s, when he challenged Andre the Giant in a showdown that captured the imagination of wrestling fans. Studd's dominance as a giant in the ring made him a formidable adversary, and his presence left an indelible mark on the sport. Sadly, Big John Studd's life was cut short when he died from liver cancer, a battle he fought privately after being diagnosed just months before his. His sudden passing shocked the wrestling community, and his loss was felt deeply by fans and family alike. Studd's contributions to professional wrestling were recognized posthumously when he was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2004. His legacy as a towering figure in the industry continues to inspire generations of wrestlers who look to his career as a blueprint for success. Big John Studd's influence on the world of wrestling remains undeniable, and his larger-than-life persona continues to be remembered by fans worldwide. Don Serrano, born on July 6, 1961, was a retired professional wrestler known for his work in regional promotions across the United States during the 1980s and early 1990s. From a young age, Serrano was captivated by the world of professional wrestling, admiring the larger-than-life characters that grace television screens. Determined to pursue a career in the industry, he trained rigorously, quickly gaining recognition for his athleticism and charisma. Serrano debuted in the early 1980s, earning a reputation for his high-energy style and crowd engagement. Known for blending technical wrestling with high-flying maneuvers, he stood out in the ring for his versatility. Throughout his career, Serrano competed in a variety of independent promotions, where he often participated in memorable tag team matches. His chemistry with partners and his ability to entertain made him a beloved figure among fans, though he never achieved the widespread fame of some of his contemporaries. Despite this, Serrano's impact on the wrestling world was undeniable, leaving a legacy that resonated with both fans and fellow wrestlers. After his in-ring career ended, he transitioned into a mentorship role, dedicating himself to training the next generation of wrestlers, passing on his knowledge and passion for the sport. Tragically, Don Serrano, the cause of was complications from a long-standing heart condition, which had affected his health in the years following his retirement. Serrano's contributions to the wrestling community, both as a performer and as a mentor, are fondly remembered by all who had the privilege of working with him. His legacy lives on through the wrestlers he trained and the fans who cherished his work. Scott Hall, born on October 20th, 1958, in St. Petersburg, Florida, was a trailblazer in the world of professional wrestling. He gained initial fame in the WWF, now WWE, as Razor Ramon, a character with a Cuban-Italian accent and a tough guy persona that captivated fans. Hall won multiple Intercontinental Championships, becoming one of the company's top stars in the 1990s. However, it was his role in the creation of the New World Order, NWO in WCW, alongside Kevin Nash that solidified his legacy. The NWO's rebellious nature and Hall's charismatic leadership played a pivotal role in the Monday Night Wars, a period that reshaped the wrestling landscape. Despite his professional success, Hall faced significant personal struggles, particularly with substance abuse. His battles with alcohol and drugs affected both his health and career, leading to multiple rehab stints. However, in the 2000s, Hall made a triumphant return to the wrestling world, thanks in part to the support of his friend Diamond Dallas Page, who helped him overcome his demons and regain his health. Hall's legacy in wrestling is not just defined by his in-ring achievements, but also by his impact on the industry and his personal redemption story. Tragically, due to complications from multiple heart attacks following hip surgery, his marked the end of an era in wrestling, leaving behind a lasting legacy. Hall's influence is still felt today as fans and wrestlers alike continue to honor his contributions to the sport and his inspiring journey of personal recovery. Matt Travis, born on August 5, 1994, was a talented and charismatic American professional wrestler whose promising career was tragically cut short at just 25 years old. Known for his dynamic in-ring style and infectious energy, Travis quickly gained recognition in the independent wrestling scene, particularly with promotions like Evolve. His athleticism and passion for the sport earned him the respect of both fans and fellow wrestlers, making him a rising star in the industry. Throughout his career, Travis displayed a remarkable versatility, excelling in both singles and tag team competition. His captivating matches showcased his technical skills and ability to connect with audiences, creating a loyal fan base who admired his dedication to the craft. He frequently teamed with other up-and-coming talents, producing memorable tag team bouts that elevated the excitement of independent wrestling. Sadly, on November 9, 2019, Matt Travis's life was tragically cut short in a hit-and-run accident. He was struck by a vehicle while walking home from a wrestling event in New York, leaving the wrestling world in shock and mourning. The loss of Travis was not just a personal tragedy for his friends and family, but also a devastating blow to the independent wrestling community, which had lost a promising talent whose future seemed boundless. Although his career was brief, Matt Travis's impact on the wrestling world remains significant. His dedication, passion, and the way he connected with audiences continue to be remembered fondly by fans and peers alike. His untimely serves as a sobering reminder of life's fragility, and his legacy lives on in the hearts of those who were touched by his performances. Leati Joseph Anoa E., known to the world as Roman Reigns, was born on May 25, 1985, in Pensacola, Florida, into one of wrestling's most legendary families, the Anoa'i clan. Wrestling was in his blood, but it wasn't his first passion. Before stepping into the squared circle, Roman's heart beat for football. His impressive athleticism shone through during his high school years, and he carried that success into college football at Georgia Institute of Technology. Reigns played as a defensive tackle and showed enough promise to earn brief stints with the NFL's Minnesota Vikings and Jacksonville Jaguars. Unfortunately, his football career was cut short, but this setback would later lead him to the world of professional wrestling, where his true destiny awaited. The road to WWE, from gridiron to the ring. Roman Reigns' transition from football to wrestling wasn't immediate, but when it happened, it felt like destiny calling. After his football career ended, Reigns turned his attention to professional wrestling, signing a developmental contract with WWE in 2010. He was assigned to WWE's then developmental territory, Florida Championship Wrestling, FCW, where he began to hone his skills under the watchful eye of some of the best in the business. In FCW, Reigns underwent rigorous training to master the art of sports entertainment. As WWE's developmental system evolved into NXT, Reigns was given a new character, a cocky corporate-type heel. But it wasn't until 2012, when he was paired with Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, that Reigns truly began to make waves. Together, the trio formed The Shield, a faction that would change the course of WWE history. The Shield, a dominant force. The Shield's debut at Survivor Series 2012 was one of the most shocking moments in WWE history. The trio made a dramatic entrance during the WWE Championship match, attacking Ryback and and cementing themselves as a force to be reckoned with. Roman Reigns, with his impressive strength and powerhouse style, immediately stood out. The group, consisting of Reigns, Rollins, and Ambrose, brought a fresh, intense energy to WWE. Reigns' devastating spear and sheer power made him one of the most feared superstars in the company. The Shield quickly rose to prominence, capturing the WWE Tag Team Championships and becoming involved in some of the most memorable rivalries of the era. Whether they were feuding with top stars or dominating matches with their collective power, the Shield made their mark. However, in 2014, the group dissolved when Seth Rollins betrayed his brothers, setting the stage for Reigns to begin his singles career. Roman Reigns' singles journey, the push to main event status. Following the Shield's breakup, Roman Reigns was positioned as the next big star of WWE. The company's faith in him was evident. He headlined multiple WrestleManias, won the Royal Rumble in 2015, and found himself in high-profile feuds with some of the industry's most established names, such as Brock Lesnar, Triple H, and The Undertaker. Reigns' rise, however, was met with resistance. Despite his undeniable talent, many fans pushed back against the notion of him as WWE's top star. There was a perception that Reigns was being forced into the main event scene, which led to mixed reactions from the WWE universe. The criticisms stemmed from a belief that WWE was pushing him too quickly, even as Reigns delivered solid matches and grew into his role. But despite the vocal dissent from some fans, Reigns continued to deliver in the ring, proving that he had what it took to be the face of WWE. A life-changing battle, Roman Reigns vs. leukemia. Roman Reigns' career trajectory took an unexpected turn in October 2018. During an emotional announcement on Monday Night Raw, Reigns revealed that he had been battling leukemia for over a decade. The disease, which had gone into remission in 2008, had returned, forcing him to relinquish the WWE Universal Championship and take time away from the ring. The revelation sent shockwaves through WWE and the wrestling world at large. Fans, fellow wrestlers, and friends rallied behind Reigns, offering their support during this difficult time. The emotional announcement was a humbling moment, showing the depth of Roman's character, both inside and outside the ring. For months, Reigns underwent treatment, and while it was uncertain when, if ever, he would return, there was an outpouring of love and hope from his supporters. In February 2019, Roman made his long-awaited return to WWE. With a smile on his face and the WWE Universe cheering him on, he announced that his leukemia was once again in remission. The moment was nothing short of triumphant, and Reigns was welcomed back with open arms. Since his return, he has used his platform to advocate for cancer awareness, inspiring many with his story of resilience and hope. The rise of the tribal chief Roman Reigns' return to WWE in 2019 marked the beginning of a new chapter in his career. But it wasn't until the summer of 2020 that Reigns would fully redefine himself. After a brief absence from the company due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Roman returned with a new persona, the Tribal Chief. This transformation marked a drastic shift in Reigns' character, and it would prove to be a career-defining move. Aligning himself with Paul Heyman, Reigns adopted a more aggressive, methodical persona. Gone was the smiling, fan-friendly Roman. In his place stood a dominant figure, claiming his rightful place as the head of the table in his family and in WWE. Reigns' character now oozed arrogance and authority, making it clear that he wasn't just a wrestler, he was the ruler of WWE. In August 2020, Reigns captured the Universal Championship, and his reign would go on to become one of the longest and most dominant in WWE history. As the leader of the Bloodline, Roman's family faction that included his cousins, the Usos, and later Solo Sikoa, Reigns became a central figure in every major storyline. He became the most dominant force in the company, consistently defeating legends like Edge, John Cena, and Brock Lesnar. Under his leadership, the Bloodline became the most powerful faction in WWE, with Reigns firmly positioned as the star that held it all together. Injury setbacks, rumors versus reality. Like every top-tier WWE superstar, Roman Reigns has had his share of injuries over the years. However, there has always been a keen interest in Reigns' health, especially following his battle with leukemia. One of the most recent rumors came after the 2024 Royal Rumble, when Reigns suffered a storyline injury at the hands of Seth Rollins. After both men were eliminated from the match, Rollins attacked Reigns with two vicious stomps, one of which was delivered onto the steel ring steps. While this was part of WWE's scripted storytelling, rumors quickly surfaced suggesting that Reigns had suffered a legitimate injury during the attack. These claims were soon debunked, with reports confirming that Reigns was in good health and that the storyline injury was simply part of the ongoing feud. Despite the rumors, Reigns has continued to perform at a high level, showing little sign of slowing down. Throughout his career, Reigns has had to deal with legitimate injuries, including concussions, shoulder issues, and even a nose injury that required surgery in 2016. But despite these setbacks, Reigns has always come back stronger, proving time and again that he is a resilient force in WWE. Dispelling health rumors, the truth about his leukemia. One of the most persistent rumors regarding Roman Reigns has been speculation about his health, specifically concerning his battle with leukemia. Although Reigns is still in remission, some have spread misinformation, suggesting that he is at risk of relapse or that WWE is hiding serious health concerns from the public. Reigns himself has addressed these rumors, confirming that he continues to take oral chemotherapy to prevent a recurrence of the disease. This treatment, while ongoing, has not affected his ability to perform at the highest level in WWE. Reigns has also faced speculation that WWE plans to phase him out due to health issues. These rumors are unfounded, as Reigns remains one of the biggest draws in the company. His part-time schedule in recent years is simply a strategic decision aimed at keeping his character fresh and his career sustainable. There is no evidence to suggest that Reigns' health has impacted his standing as one of the company's top stars. Roman Reigns' legacy and future in WWE. Roman Reigns' legacy is already firmly established in WWE. From his early days with the Shield to his current reign as the Tribal Chief, Reigns has proven himself to be one of the greatest superstars in the history of professional wrestling. His rise to stardom, his battle with leukemia, and his subsequent transformation into WWE's top heel have all contributed to his status as a global icon. Looking ahead, Reigns' future in WWE remains bright. While speculation surrounds when he might eventually drop the Universal Championship, there is little doubt that Reigns will continue to be a major player in the company for years to come. Whether he transitions into a part-time role, similar to legends like The Rock and John Cena, or continues to dominate full-time, Roman Reigns' impact on WWE will be felt for generations. Conclusion: a champion inside and outside the ring. Roman Reigns' journey to superstardom is one of perseverance, strength, and constant reinvention. From his football beginnings to his rise as WWE's Tribal Chief, Roman has proven time and again that he is a force to be reckoned with. He has faced down personal and professional obstacles, from his leukemia diagnosis to his injuries, and emerged stronger each time. As he continues to dominate WWE's landscape, Reigns remains a symbol of resilience and leadership, both in and out of the ring. His legacy is far from over, and fans can't help but eagerly anticipate what the future holds for the tribal chief. One thing is certain: Roman Reigns is not just a champion. He's a living legend whose impact on WWE will resonate for years to come.